Salut, David Wellman here. Welcome to this short video lesson which I hope is going to help you like it helped me. This lesson has helped me when I was starting to get into soloing and starting to get into modes. The main problem that I had was that my approach was very pentatonic-like, which a lot of us are into the pentatonic boxes because there's so many cool licks that we can play, but I really liked the sound of modes, and the player who introduced me to modes was Joe Satriani. I loved his style, I still do. But the problem is that Satriani uses a lot of 3-note per string for all the legato stuff. So whenever I wanted to get into modes, transition by playing from the pentatonic, fluid, and all the licks that I had to the modal play, it sounded not very good because there was like a transition I could not make in my brain and in my fingers. So I told my teacher, I took a few lessons with this guy and told him about my problem. He gave me this exercise that helped me a lot, and it's still part of my practice whenever I get back to the guitar and I want to just develop new ideas. This is what I go back to. The exercise is called chord-scale because it's going to combine chords, arpeggios, and scales. And we're going to work with church modes today. Church modes: Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian, because you can get away with the 7 modes playing any type of music pretty much. And then whenever you want to expand on that, you have a solid foundation with these church modes. When we look at these modes, we can split them into 4 different categories. The major 7th category, which are modes that have a root, major 3rd, 5th, major 7th. The minor 7th category, which are modes that have root, minor 3rd, perfect 5th, and minor 7th. The dominant 7th category, which include root, major 3rd, perfect 5th, and minor 7th. And the half diminished or minor 7 flat 5 category, which is root, minor 3rd, diminished 5th, and minor 7th. We can place the 7 modes, or the church modes, within these 4 categories. The cool thing is that if we find more than one mode in one of these categories, they're going to share the 4 notes that make the arpeggio. The exercise is very simple. For example, if we take the major 7th category, we're going to play the arpeggio made of the root, the major 3rd, the perfect 5th, and the major 7th. In one area of the fretboard, I'm going to start these with the root on the 6th string, and if I develop that all across the fretboard, this is what I have for a major 7th arpeggio. And then I'm going to descend the full scale that I choose, for example, Ionian. And I'm going to finish with the chord. 3 steps. You ascend the 4-note arpeggio, descend the full mode, and you play the chord. That is for the Ionian. The Lydian also has a root, major 3rd, 5th, and major 7th. So we can ascend the same exact arpeggio, descend the Lydian mode, and play the corresponding chord. If you do these from the same tonal center, from the same root, A in this case, with all the 7 different modes that we find, it's really going to train your ear to associate the sounds of the scale with a chord, because you're going to hear the chord in 2 forms, in an arpeggio form, in an actual chord form at the end, and then you're going to hear all the notes in between. And then you can kind of vary, maybe ascend the scale, descend the mode, or maybe ascend 1 octave, the 1st octave, in an arpeggio, descend the mode, do the 2nd octave. All this in the same area of the fretboard for all 7 modes. It's going to help your ear, it's going to help your comfort on the guitar, and most importantly, it's going to do what every musician should strive for, whether you're a guitar player, a piano player, or a sax player, or whatever. It's going to decrease the length of this invisible thread that you have between the musical idea in your head and your fingers. And that's the most important. If you can think the idea and play it right away with your hands, just like when you're talking, I have the idea, I talk automatically. That's the most important thing, because music is a language. You're trying to communicate ideas with others. This exercise is very good for it, and as you're doing this, try to anticipate the sound of every note you're playing. good practice for any guitar player, whether you're a beginner or an advanced musician. This is very beneficial. Chord scales, and to help you, I put together a PDF which is completely free, where you can get the 7 modes with the 4-note arpeggio in one color, and I surrounded that arpeggio with the notes that make the full mode so that you can make your own exercise. You can apply these on many backing tracks available on my website, guitarplayback.com. Subscribe to my channel if you want more free content. There is a new video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Like this video if you do, and share it around. Love you guys. Thanks for watching this. I'll see you next time. Until then, salut.